Question number 84 to 103. In the following sentences, a part of the sentence is printed in bold. Below are given alternatives to the bold part A, B and C which may improve the sentence. Choose the correct alternative. In case no improvement is needed, your answer is D. So these are the instructions for question number 84 to 103. Now let us take a look at question number 84. Very important sentence improvement. Please don't think you are going to skip this part or it's okay if I don't score well in this part. It's not okay, because you will get this entire one as well as you will get it in tier 2 as well. And in tier 2 there are plenty of questions. So for final clearing and good rank, you need it. So question number 84. The watchman asked the intruder who was he and why was he occupying his chair. Question number 84. Now the options are who was he and why was he, who was he and why was he. Here we have who he was and why was he. Then we have who he was and why he was, why he had been and why was he, and finally we have no improvement. Question number 84. Now in this sentence, it's not an interrogative sentence. It's not an interrogative. In fact, it's in the indirect speech. Therefore, who will not be followed by was, because this is interrogative pattern. Who will be followed by he, who he was, and similarly in this part also we have to say why he was. So my answer is going to be B. Answer is going to be B. Question number 85. The police booked a case against the car driver for wrong parking. Question number 85. The police booked a case against the car driver for wrong parking. Now let us see. Booked, a case is not booked, a case is going to be registered. A case is going to be registered. A case is filed or registered. So here we do not have registered, so we are going to go with option filed, and here the answer is C. For question number 85, the answer is going to be C. Question number 86. I am thinking to do an MA in English. I am thinking to do an MA in English. The options we have is I am wondering to do an MA in English. Wondering is incorrect, so this will get eliminated. I am thinking of doing an MA in English. I am thinking doing. Here preposition is missing in between, so this one also gets eliminated. Now for question number 86. We use the preposition of with thinking. So I am thinking of. If you are thinking about something, then the trick is that you have to use thinking of. I am thinking of buying a house. I am thinking of selling my car. So for question number 86, we will go with B. Question number 87. My watch stopped as key was not given. Question number 87. My watch stopped as key was not given. Now in this sentence, WIND, have you heard of this word? WIND, wind. This is not the wind which blows, it is not that wind. Winding up, have you heard of winding up? Yes. When there is a small knob in certain clocks and watches which you have to turn, then we say wind. So we will not say key. We will not say key. My watch stopped. Wind is a verb which means to twist this particular knob to keep it in place, and its past tense is going to be wound. Its past tense is going to be wound. There are two activities of the past, so past perfect will be used. My watch stopped as it had not been wound up. So for question number 87, the answer is going to be B. Question number 87, the answer is going to be B. Question number 88. I was really criticized by the angry words of my father. Question number 88. Now let's take a look at question number 88. Here, what is the meaning of jolted? Jolted means given a surprised shock. I was jolted to see the result. That means you are not expecting it's going to be so bad. Then we have fluttered. Fluttered means to move with slight irregular action. The wings of a bird flutter. Wings of a bird flutter. Okay. Then what do we have? We have thwarted. What do we mean by thwarted? Thwarted means to stop somebody from doing something. We are stopping from doing something. Okay, stopping from doing something, and finally we have no improvement. Question number 88. So I have given you the meaning of all the words. What's going to be my answer? Answer is going to be jolted. Jolted, what do we mean by jolted? It means somebody is shocked and surprised. Somebody is shocked and surprised in the negative, and then after that what he is going to try to change himself. That is jolted. I was jolted when I saw the weight on the weighing machine. That means he was shocked. He didn't know he has put on so much weight. Question number 89. Who does not grasp the recently formed Commonwealth independent states? Who does not grasp? Okay, question number 89. This was related to vocabulary. This one is also related to vocabulary. 89. Grasp is to hold on to something firmly. He grasped onto the window. That means to hold firmly. You are holding on firmly. That is to grasp. After that, what do we have? After that, we have know. Then we have identify. Identify means to kind of recognize, understand. So probably identify is the most appropriate. Who does not identify the recently formed Commonwealth independent states? My answer is going to be B. Question number 90. You may sign on this paper. You may sign on this paper. Now let us see this. You may sign on this paper. Question number 90. In this, what is the meaning of sign? What is the meaning of sign? Sign means to put the signatures. To put signatures. That is the meaning of sign. Sign at this paper, sign upon this paper, and no improvement. With sign, no preposition is used. Simple. You may sign this paper. So my answer is going to be B. Question 91. All that is human must revert if it does not advance. All that is human must revert if it does not advance. Question number 91. My options are retrograde, withdraw, retire, and no improvement. Question number 91. Retrograde means to move backwards. To move backwards. This is going to be the most appropriate answer. Of people wrongly believed that there must be a son in every family. Majority of the people wrongly believed that there must be a son in every family. This is question number 92. Now let's take a look at the options that are available for question number 92. Majority of the people wrongly believed that there must be a son in every family. This part of the sentence is in present, and here this part we have used in past. So majority of the people believe wrongly. The majority of peoples wrongly believe. There is no word as peoples. People means more than one. So there is no plural for people. So this will get eliminated. The people wrongly believe. Majority of the people wrongly believe. This is correct because this is a belief which people believe that there must be a son. This is going to be in the simple present. My answer is going to be C. So for question number 92, my answer is C. I and my parents live together. Question number 93. I and my parents live together. Me and my parents, incorrect. My parents and I, my parents and me, and no improvement. For question number 93, third person pronoun will be used before first person. So what is going to be the answer for question number 93? For question number 93, the answer is B. My parents and I. My parents and I. First and foremost, we have to use nominative pronoun or subjective pronoun. So answer is going to be B. Question number 94. He presented me a calculator on my birthday. He presented me a calculator on my birthday. Question number 94. Now, he presented me a calculator for my birthday. Let me just complete this. He presented me with a calculator on my birthday. He presented a calculator for my birthday, and finally we have no improvement. For question number 94, the preposition with is used with presented. Question number 94, the preposition with is used with presented, and that is the reason we will go with option B. So what is going to be the answer? Answer is going to be B. Question 95. It is sheer foolishness to think that the education system can be improved by doing away examinations. Question number 95. Let's take a look at question number 95. Doing away with. What is the meaning of doing away with? Here we have used doing away by doing away, and then in options we have by doing away with, by doing it to, by doing away with, and we finally have no improvement. Now let's take a look. By doing with. By doing away with means to get rid of something. To get rid of something. This is the meaning. It means to get rid of something. To get rid of something. This is the meaning. It is sheer foolishness to think that the education system can be improved by doing away with. This is going to be the answer. For question number 95, answer is going to be C. Question number 96. She insisted to go there, though her husband cautioned her on it. Question number 96. Now, she insisted to go there, though her husband cautioned her on it. Question number 96. With insisted, we have to use preposition on. If you are saying that I have to do something, somebody is saying so. So with insist, we will use on. So she insisted on going there, though her husband cautioned her on it. Answer is going to be A. Answer is going to be A. Question 97. Man has a strong desire to collect wealth. Question number 97. Man has a strong desire to collect wealth. Now in this sentence, accumulate will be the appropriate one. Again related to vocabulary. Man has a strong desire to spend wealth, to accumulate wealth, to waste wealth. No, he wants to gather and keep it for himself. So we will go with accumulate. Answer is going to be C. Question number 98. The teacher saw my conversing with her. The teacher saw my conversation with her. The teacher saw me to converse. The teacher saw me conversing. Then finally we have no improvement. Question number 98. In question number 98, what is going to be my answer for question number 98? It's going to be D. The teacher saw my conversing with her. That means you are talking to her was seen by the teacher. I will go with no improvement. Sometimes the teacher saw me conversing with her. Okay, that could also be correct. But what is given is also correct. So we will go with what is already given. So answer is going to be D. If I followed instructions, I could have averted the mishap. Question number 99. Now in this sentence, if I followed instructions, I could have averted the mishap. 99. This is an imaginary thing. That if you had followed instructions, you could have averted the mishap. For imaginary things of the past, had plus third form of the verb is used. For imaginary things of the past, what is going to be the sentence structure? For imaginary past, the sentence structure is going to be had plus third form of the verb. So if I had followed, if I had followed in this sentence, if shows that it is imaginary. How will you know that it is imaginary? You will know that it is imaginary because if has been used in the sentence. So that is the reason I will go with A. If I had followed instructions, I could have averted the mishap. So my answer is going to be A. 100. If we have received many let us take a look here. 100. We have received many anonymous letters about this issue. Question number 100. Now let us, again it is related to vocabulary, so we will take a look at all the meanings. First we have analogous. ANOMALOUS. Now what is this? It is deviating from what is standard. The meaning is to deviate from the standard. This is the meaning, to deviate from the standard. Then what do we have next? We have synonymous. Synonymous means same. Anonymous. Anonymous means you do not know from where it has come. After so many poems where the name of the poet is written, you will see this word written anonymous. Anonymous, you do not know the name. So we have, this is answer C. For 100, C is the most appropriate one. Not identifiable. That is the meaning. So we will go with anonymous. We have received many anonymous letters about this issue. Question 101. I prefer remaining silent to speaking falsehood. Now question number 101. This has been done in so many video lectures by me. What do we use with prefer? What is the preposition that goes with prefer? Question number 101. With prefer, to is used and not than. I prefer remaining silent to speaking falsehood. So for question number 101, what is going to be my answer? My answer is going to be D. No improvement. With prefer, always to is used. Question number 102. Do how I say. Do as I say, do what I say, do like I say, and then we have D. Question number 102 could be D. Let us see this. So for question number 102, my answer is do as I say. Do as I say. Question 103. Bonded labor has been now almost a thing of the past. Question number 103. In this sentence, what are we talking? It very clearly mentions it's a thing of the past in 103. As a thing in the past has been used in this sentence. Very clear indication. So here bonded labor had been now almost a thing in the past. So we will go in question number 103. We will go with the option that out of the 4 options that have been given to you, we will go with option B. Bonded labor is now, because it is mentioned now also here, so, and this sentence is in the passive voice. So bonded labor is now almost a thing of the past. So 103, the answer is going to be B for 103. Now question number 104 to question number 128. Now let us take a look at these, and in this question number 124 to 128, what do we have? Question number 124 to 128. In the following 3 passages, some of the words have been left out. Find out, first read the passage over and try to understand what it is about. Then fill in the blanks with the help of the alternatives given. So basically, what have we moved on to now? Now we have moved on to cloze tests. We have moved on to cloze test. Again, a scoring one. And in this, a lot of students do very well. So let's see cloze tests. Our national leaders are still trapped in the slogans and cliches of the freedom struggle. Day in and day out, they extol the dash of nationalism, patriotism and service to motherland, and dash on the great sacrifices made by our leaders in the cause of India's freedom. Mercifully, we still have dash of freedom fighters among us whose dash keeps increasing despite the country having won freedom half a century back. Politicians are dashed to be down-to-earth people with their finger on the dash of the masses. They have an uncanny knack of dash the nebulous desires and aspirations of the people. In other words, they have to be dash in tune with the times. But what sort of dash repeated appeals to patriotism, nationalism and sacrifices made during the freedom struggle strike in the heart of the post-independence generation? It grew up when the country had already won independence and the freedom struggle had dashed into history. Since it has grown up in a sovereign democratic republic, nationalism and patriotism are nice words that do not quite inspire it. Okay, so if you ask me what is the level, I will say it is an average one. Average one, neither difficult nor easy, slightly on the difficult side. Certain words like we have cliches and all these, not very common words. So now this is passage number 1. Our national leaders are still trapped in the slogans and cliches of the freedom struggle. Day in and day out, they extol the, for 104 we have, answer is going to be C. They extol the ideals of nationalism, patriotism and service to the motherland. Dash on the great sacrifices made by our leaders. And then for 105 we are going to go with they dwell, they think about. Dwell means to keep wondering about something, to keep thinking about something and referring to it. So, and dwell on the great sacrifices made by our leaders in the cause of India's freedom. First one sentence is over. Mercifully we still have, tribes of freedom. We'll go with tribes. We still have tribes of freedom fighters among us whose for question number 106, we have tribes of freedom fighters among us whose number after number we have for 107 we will go with A. 107A, whose number steadily keeps increasing. It can't be generally keeps increasing, normally keeps increasing, periodically it is incorrect. Steadily keeps increasing despite the country having won freedom half a century back. Politicians are, question number 100 for point 108, politicians are supposed to. Politicians are supposed to be down to earth. Where do we use supposed to? Supposed to is used in all those places where it is expected of you to do this. You are supposed to study at least for 6 hours a day. We are supposed to make good videos for you. Hindus are supposed to light a diya in their house early in the morning. That means you are expected to. So politicians are supposed to be down to earth people with their fingers on the, for question number 109, with their fingers on the pulse, not moved heart but on the pulse of the people, with their fingers on the pulse of the masses. They have an uncanny knack of, for 110 we will go with uncanny knack of reflecting the nebulous desires and aspirations of the people. In other words, they have to be, substantially, in other words, they have to, where are we? In other words, they have to be substantially in tune with the times, but what sort of chord, for 112 we will go with, for what sort of chord, this is going to be correct, for what sort of, where is it, but what sort of chord repeated appeals to patriotism, nationalism and sacrifices made during the freedom struggle strike in the heart of post-independence generation. And then for the last 113, our option is going to be A. Won independence and the freedom struggle had retired into history. This was a slightly difficult one for the normal student. So in this, if your score is around 6 or 7, it's fine. Passage number 2. Passage number 2, let's go to passage number 2. It was very hot in the small courtroom and everybody was feeling sleepy. After a tiring morning, the clerks were anxious to get dash to lunch, and even the judge must have felt dash when the last case came up before the court. A short middle-aged man with grey hair and small blue eyes was now standing dash him. The man had a foolish expression on his face and he kept dash stupidly as if he was trying hard to dash what was going dash. The man was accused of dash into a house and stealing a cheap watch. The witness who was called did not clear dash of what had happened. He claimed to have seen a man outside the house one night, but on being dashed further, he confessed that he was not sure whether this was the man. The judge considered the matter for a short time and then declared that as there was no real proof, the man could not be dashed guilty. This is I would say slightly easy. I wouldn't say this is difficult. No difficult word, kind of a story type one where you get those which are kind of stories in simple English. They are not very difficult. So now let us see. It was very hot in the small courtroom and everybody was feeling sleepy. After a tiring morning, the clerks were anxious to get on to lunch, no, get about lunch, no, get off lunch, no, get away to lunch. Yes, they were anxious to get away. Get away means to go away from there to lunch, and even the judge must have felt, judge must have felt tired, exhausted, annoyed or relieved. The judge must have, answer is D. The judge must have felt relieved when the last case came up before the court. A short middle-aged man with grey hair, small blue eyes was now standing before him. Before is a word like in front of. So here 116 is A. Was standing before him. The man had foolish expressions on his face and he kept looking. For 117 we are going to go with what is going to be the answer. And he kept looking around, looking along or looking at, and he kept looking around. And he kept 117 and he kept looking around stupidly as if he was trying hard to, then we have 118, as if he was trying hard to imagine, understand, see or view, as if he was trying hard to understand what was going on. In 119, we are going to go with on. Simple, very simple. If you are in the habit of reading, you will be able to do this one and score 4 marks. Then 120. Where is it? The man was accused of for 120, accused of going, moving, entering, breaking. The man was accused of breaking into a house. Break into a house means to enter it. Breaking into a house and stealing a cheap watch. The witness who was called did not give a clear verdict, understanding, a counter explanation. For 121, he did not give a clear account of what had happened. He claimed to have seen a man outside the house on night, but on being, for 122, but on being questioned further, forced further, no, threatened further, no, pulled further, no, but on being questioned further, he confessed that he was not sure whether this was the man. The judge considered the matter for a short time and then declared that as there was no real proof, the man could not be, for 123 it's going to be, could not be charged guilty. Found guilty, discovered, no, charged guilty. A man is charged guilty, so we'll go with the option C. D is not the correct one. This was simple. You should be able to score 9 in this. If you are good, your score should be 9 or even more. I don't mind if you get 10 out of 10. I'll be more than happy. The last one, passage 3. Let us take a look at passage 3. Cry, Child Relief and You dash an organization that dash started by 7 such dash and it has been working dash 1979 to change the lives of dash children all over India. Question number 124 to question number 128. Let's go with 124. Child Relief and You is an organization. It's still there. It's not, it wasn't was, are or being. Very simple. Singular subject, singular verb. Child Relief and You is an organization that was started. It's going to be was started. So 125 is going to be C. That was started by 7 such. 126 is going to be D. By 7 such friends, no, men, no, people, no, individuals. By 7 such individuals, and it has been working. After 127, what will we have? And it has been working. For question number 127A, it has been working from 1979. Since would have been better, but since you don't have since as an option here, we'll go with from. And it has been working from 1979 to change the lives of underprivileged, privileged, hopeless or denuded. Underprivileged, question number 128A, and it has to change the lives of underprivileged children all over the world. Full marks you should be able to score here. Very simple, very simple. Question number 129 to 160. In the following questions, you have some brief passages with questions following each passage. Read the passage carefully, choose best answer to each question out of the 4 alternatives. So finally, now what have we moved on to? We have moved on to comprehensions. Let's read. Some people say that man's desire for war is due to his fight for survival and that war is necessary to preserve his virility. Yet war nowadays leaves a legacy of the weakest men and stimulates not the noble but the bestial qualities of mankind. Adventure of some kind is necessary for man. He will inevitably deteriorate physically and mentally if his life is one of ease and luxury, lived in an atmosphere of safety first. This is the real reason behind our love of sports in the open air. It is no use being a millionaire if one suffers from chronic indigestion. A tramp with good innards is far happier. Nothing that money can buy is worthwhile without good health. There is no better way to perfect health and physical fitness than to walk over or climb hills and mountains. But mountains give us much more than mere physical fitness. They exercise the mental faculties as well. Climbing a high and difficult peak is as much a mental exercise as physical exercise. It calls for sense and judgment, for planning and thinking ahead, for anticipating difficulty and danger, for responsibility towards one's companions, and best of all, it brings the mountaineer into touch with the beauties of the universe. Simple language, okay, very simple language, not very difficult to understand. So now let's start doing it. What is the best advantage mountaineering? What is the best advantage mountaineering brings to an adventurer? Question number 129. So what do you think is the answer? It brings in contact with beauties of the nature. Here in the last line it is given. And best of all, it brings the mountaineer into touch with beauties of the universe. So my answer is going to be D. Question number 129. Question 130. Which is the best way to perfect health, physical fitness according to the passage? Now, there is no better way to perfect health and physical fitness than to walk over or climb mountain. Here is your answer. It's given here. So, climb hills and mountains is my answer. Same passage I have done here also so that I can show you exactly where are the precise lines. So I'll go to question number 131. If a man leads a life in an atmosphere of safety first, he will. So question number 131. He will deteriorate physically and mentally. Here, adventure of some kind is necessary. He will inevitably deteriorate physically and mentally if his life is one of ease and luxury lived in an atmosphere of safety first. Here is your answer, my dear. So we will go with he will deteriorate physically and mentally. Answer is B. 132. War nowadays stimulates. Question number 132. War now stimulates bestial qualities of mankind. Question number 132. Answer is C. Where is the answer? Yet war nowadays leaves a legacy of the weakest men, stimulates not the noble but the bestial qualities of mankind. So here is my answer. 133. According to the passage, nothing that money can buy is worthwhile. Question number 133. Answer is C. Without good health. So where is the answer? Now let us learn. Try to search it in the passage. Okay. This is the real reason behind our love for sports in the open air. It is no use being a billionaire if one suffers from chronic indigestion. A tramp with if nothing money can buy is worthwhile without good health. Here is your answer. So for 133 answer is C. Very simple passage. You should be able to do all correctly. Next one, second passage. Let's start reading. Placebo literally means I shall please. Placebos are inert substances given to some volunteers in a given study while our volunteers are treated with experimental drugs whose effect is tested by measuring the difference in response to a powerless placebo to the drug. Some of a group of volunteers who had just had their wisdom teeth extracted were given morphine to alleviate their pain. The others swallowed a placebo they believed to be morphine. Many of the placebo recipients said they experienced dramatic relief from the pain. However, when a drug that blocks the effects of morphine was given, the pain returned almost immediately. The test confirmed something very important. When a patient believes he or she has been given a pain reliever, the brain releases chemicals to substantiate that belief. In short, the placebo effect is the act of faith. Very recent studies have determined that the placebo effect is much more powerful than previously imagined. So be careful what you believe and pretend it may come to pass. Question number 134. What is peculiar about the volunteers' response to the drug following the consumption of placebo? They experienced relief after taking the medicine. Yes, very clearly given. It has been given here. They were given morphine to alleviate the pain. The others swallowed a placebo. Now, however, when we have placebo recipients said they experienced dramatic relief. So here is our answer. Answer is going to be A. To whom are placebos administered? Question number 135. To all patients in pain? No. To some volunteers in pain. We have here some of a group of volunteers who had just their wisdom tooth extracted. Here is the answer. To some volunteers of pain. 136 to 137, same passage. Now let's take a look. What does the writer prove? Question number 136. He proves the mind realizes what it believes. Correct. The mind secretes chemicals. No, this is not about that. The mind cannot control the body. No, the body deceives the mind. No. So answer is going to be A. Question number 136. Answer is going to be A. 137. Why are placebos administered? Question number 137. To measure patients' response to experimental drug. Yes, this was the reason they were given. Answer is A. 138. What has the experiment confirmed? Question number 138. It has confirmed the power of faith. The power of faith, very clearly it has been mentioned somewhere here. In short, the placebo effect is an act of faith. So answer is going to be D. 138. Question number 139, 140, etc. They are related to the next passage. Now let us read the next passage. There is a general impression among the public that our school and colleges educate students. That some kind of uncritical knowledge is imparted to the student is beyond any doubt. Students are made to copy notes, learn them by heart and reproduce it during examination. Those who learn by heart and reproduce it to the exact letter are considered as the best. Others who do not succeed in the exercise are termed failures. The examination results are all a grading in memory work which has nothing to do with education. An educated person is one who has developed qualities of mind, heart, who can critically evaluate things and objectively decide the course of action based on factual information. The impressions that the students gather in the years of their academic life are important for their future. In fact, attitudes of life are built on what is happening in the academic institutions. The type of things that are taught, the way and methods of communication and mental attitude of those who teach are primary in education. What are some of the things taught in our institutions? The first thing that the student learns is that the teacher is always right. Students do not know. This is our passage, simple language. I hope you will score full marks in this because the passage is simple, very simple. Question number 139. Let's begin. Question number 139. What is the impression of the author about schools and colleges? They educate students. Oh, it is given here that some kind of uncritical knowledge imparted is imparted to the students is beyond any doubt. First one is not there. Incorrect. That they help students to develop qualities of mind and heart. No. That at best they impart some kind of uncritical knowledge. Yes, this is the answer. So my answer for 139 is from here and it is answer is C. 140. Let's go for 140. What is the prevailing impression about schools and colleges? There is a general impression among the public that our schools and colleges educate students. This one, question number 140, that they educate. Yes, this is going to be my answer. The very first line gives the answer. So 140 is C. 141. Who in our education system are termed failures? Here is the answer. Others who do not succeed in the exercise are termed as failures. It is given here. So for 141, answer is B. That here those who learn by heart and reproduce it to the exact letter during the exam. Oh no, sorry, 141. Yeah, those who are not good at the art of learning things by memory and reproducing them exactly, they are termed as failures. So for 141, my answer is B. 142. What is the first thing that a student is made to learn in our school? The first thing that the student learns in the school is that the teacher is always right. So 142, that the teacher is always right and students are ignorant. 142 answer is A. Here it was in the last. Then we have question number 143. Who according to the author is an educated person? This one, let us do this one. Who according to the author is an educated person? 143. What is going to be the answer for 143? This is going to be the answer. One who has developed qualities of mind, heart and can critically evaluate this one. Here is the answer. An educated person is one who has developed qualities of mind, heart and all this. Here it is. So the answer is going to be for 143 C.